On Sunday, NBC's Meet the Press aired an interview that Donald Trump conducted with Meet the Press moderator Kristen Welker this past Friday. And during that interview, Donald Trump was asked about a previous conversation that Welker had just had with Marco Rubio, where Marco Rubio did seem to understand that, hey, even if you're in this country illegally, you're entitled to due process under the Fifth Amendment. Right? Fifth Amendment of the Constitution says no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, all of that, without due process. So Rubio says, yes, that is accurate. That is, of course, what the Constitution says. So Welker decided to ask Donald Trump, like, hey, Rubio says you got to follow the Constitution. What do you think about it? And to that, Donald Trump responded by saying, I don't know. I mean, right off the bat, I'm sorry. But it's like, do you think you need to follow the Constitution? I don't know. And he continues. It seems it may say that. Like, the Fifth Amendment. It doesn't may or may not say something. It says what it says. And he's like, it may say that? I don't know. But if you're talking about that, then we'd have to have 1 million or 2 million or 3 million trials. Thousands of people that are some murderers and some drug dealers and some of the worst people on earth. I was elected to get them the hell out of there, and courts are holding me from doing it. So then Welker pushes him a little further on the hold up. You don't think you have to follow the Constitution? She says, wait. But even given those numbers that you're talking about, don't you need to uphold the Constitution of the United States as president? All right, this is an easy question, right? The oath that Donald Trump or any other person who's been president takes to become president says, I solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution. Okay, so it's easy. Trump, you've done it twice, bud. You know the answer to this. Do you have to uphold the Constitution? I don't know. I have to respond by saying, again, I have brilliant lawyers that work for me, and they are going to obviously follow what the Supreme Court said. Yeah, except that they're obviously not. I mean, that's the whole reason we have this constitutional crisis right now, because you're not doing what the Supreme Court said. But do you have to uphold the Constitution? I don't know. Picture for a second that any other human being that has served as president of the United States was sitting in that chair instead of Donald Trump. Imagine if Ronald Reagan was asked, do you have to uphold the Constitution? And he said, I don't know. Media would be like, oh, this guy clearly has Alzheimer's. There's a big problem here. We need to get him out of office, right? Because there were already the rumors. They would have said, no, he's mentally unfit. 25th Amendment, get him the hell out of here. If Bill Clinton had said that, Republicans in the House and Senate would be like, oh boy, another reason to impeach him. Hell yeah. If George W. Bush had said that, the headlines would be, Bush confirms he is in fact the dumbest person to ever be the president of the United States. If Obama had said it, Fox News would have told us that, oh my God, this Kenyan Muslim doesn't uphold the Constitution. We need to get rid of him and deport him. And of course, if Joe Biden had said it, they would have said, this man is suffering from dementia, just like Reagan. 25th Amendment, let's get him out of here. But none of those men said it. No matter how dumb they were, no matter what was going on inside of their brains, none of these men would have wavered at all when asked, do you as president have to uphold the Constitution? Pretty sure even Richard Nixon would have said, of course I do. That's a dumb question. But here's Trump. Do you have to uphold the Constitution? I don't know. Who knows? It's a big old mystery, right? Nobody really knows what's in the oath of office the president takes, except that it's literally available to anybody who wants to type in oath of office president in Google. You'll find it immediately. It'll be the first thing that comes up. Or you could just, remember when you watch these inaugurations that this is what is asked of the president. And they have to solemnly swear that, yes, they will. Trump is dumber than George W. Bush, which I didn't think would ever be possible, but he is. He has worse mental problems than anybody else that's ever served in office. You combine those two things, a mentally unstable individual who is also insanely stupid, and then next thing you know, within 100 days, you've ended up with a constitutional crisis. And yeah, that makes sense. That seems about right. When you put a mentally unstable moron in office, you're going to end up with some problems. But that's what the public did, and this is the end result. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.